and welcome to Brave New Day. On Wednesday, January 15th, President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, announced surprising plans to shift the powers of the presidential branch of the government to other parts of the country. This power would go to the Parliamentary and State Council, which Putin already heads, whilst reducing the power of a successor to the presidential branch. This would, in turn, allow Putin to stay in a position in power even after his term ends in 2024. In response to this, Prime Minister of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, alongside a majority of the Russian government, has opted to resign in protest of this action.
This week in local news, a squirrel was terrorizing a Cyprus neighborhood. The squirrel has already sent 2 mothers to the hospital. Thankfully, none of the mothers were seriously hurt. However, one mother had her arm and leg bitten. The other mother had only her upper arm attacked. And now the neighborhood is just waiting for the squirrel to get caught so things in the neighborhood can come back to normal. That's all with local news. Now to Liam with entertainment.
This week in entertainment, young up-and-coming rapper Roddy Ricch recently came out with a new album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, in early December. This album was well received by fans and critics alike. Roddy Ricch's lead single in this album was a song called The Box. This song was also praised, being played on the radio, streaming services, and social media. Many people were unsure if Roddy's hit single would make it to the number 1 on the Billboard's Top 100 because of Justin Bieber's new comeback single, Yummy, just released as well. Bieber was faced with criticism after posting questionable ways on how to help his single reach number 1 on the Billboard. Even with Bieber's experience and popularity in the music industry, Roddy Ricch was still able to surpass Bieber, reaching number 1 on the Billboard's Top 100.
This week in sports news, the LSU Tigers defeated the Clemson Tigers 42-25 at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Trevor Lawrence, the Clemson quarterback, went 18 for 37 for completions and attempts. This was a very surprising performance by Lawrence, considering he is a top 3 quarterback in college, but he still had 234 passing yards. On the other hand, LSU Tigers Heisman Trophy winning QB Joe Burrow went 31 for 49 for completions and attempts, throwing for 463 yards and 5 touchdowns. This was very impressive and proves why Joe Burrow is one of the best QBs in college right now. And side note, Odell Beckham Jr. has a warrant for his arrest because he slapped an officer's butt.
This week on Business News, the U.S. and China have made a deal to get rid of some tariffs that have been the cause of disputes between the two countries. The goal of the deal was to relieve economic tensions and, for the U.S., to promote production and sales of agricultural goods. There have been doubts about whether China will actually hold up its end of the deal, which includes cutting back on its production of counterfeit goods. There have also been debates about who has benefited most by the deal, but both countries have said it benefits them. However, the deal has not gotten rid of all tariffs between the two countries completely, and they plan to negotiate a second deal at a later date.
Word on the street is that Pequea Valley's starting point guard recently made an amazing play. Last Monday night, January 13th, rumor has it Devin Coyer hit a buzzer-beater full-court shot during their basketball game. We came across some footage of this recent event. Wow, that was a great play.
Inspire and be brave.
This power would go to the Parliamentary State Council. Oh my god. Whoops.
Please excuse me for being... I already stuttered.